So now that we have the veranda framework up, all apart from one missing rafter right there, which hopefully we'll get to in the next few days, but we're hoping to paint it all tomorrow because it's meant to be a very overcast day, a bit like today. But before we can do that, we need to secure down all these rafters because all the way along this beam here, none of them are secured. So they all need screws and bolts, and there's a lot of them, like a lot. By the time I've finished all of these, I shall be known as Michael Bolton. Usain Bolt. Wayne Scrooney. I don't even know if anybody outside of Britain will get that one. Right, enough of this. I've got too many of these to be getting on with.
This spring has been a little bit damper and cooler than expected, so the government has been able to extend the land clearance deadline by a couple of weeks. So it's given us a little bit of respite just to finish off odds and ends around the land that we still need to do. Me and the chipper have been having quite a lot of quality time lately, and these noise cancelling headphones have been an absolute godsend. Obviously they protect your ears, but they're also good for protecting your sanity when you're doing these tedious jobs for hours on end. Having the tractor has made it so much easier with so many jobs, but I did need to drag those the last little bit of the way because we have a lot of infrastructure work that we need to do to really make the most of the tractor, because we've got these kinds of walls around the land, but at the moment there are a few little spots where we can't quite get the tractor through to access, so we always need a little bit of manpower on the job. Doesn't surprise me because I know it's sort of the point of doing all the chipping, but it always amazes me how drastically you go from these humongous piles of branches down to a relatively modest pile of chippings. But I am confident that this is going to give me a decent whack of coverage in the veg garden. Gifts and your two biggest cheerleaders.
Hello, buddy.
I did come bearing gifts as well. I thought you might want a little pick-me-up.
Oh, thank you. Is it cold?
Yeah.
It's sort of like room temperature.
How's it got so warm? It's literally been in the fridge overnight.
I don't know. I think I'll pass for now, so.
Fine.
Thank you.
Where the sun don't shine.
Just thought that counts.
Last time I do anything nice for you, young man. Apart from being hot, how's it going otherwise?
Yeah, okay. Slowly. Yeah, especially the ones where you're underneath or have to do a left-hand side one on the side. It's a bit awkward with me being right-handed, but yeah, not too bad. 4 more to go, which pretty confident I can get done by the end of the day, but not guaranteed. No, I'm going to get it done. It's fun.
You're going to get it done. Let's manifest it. That breeze is so welcome. It's really hot today. I'm going to have a little break in the shade, and I want to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, June's Journey, because I've been playing this hidden objects game whenever I've got the chance. And what keeps me coming back is the murder mystery storyline. The lead character, June, is a smart and independent woman, and although she's not a detective, she is on a mission to find out who's murdered her sister with only her wits to rely on. But thankfully, she is a confident and clever cookie. In the game, you're transported to an island in the glamorous 1920s, and as you play the hidden object scenes, you find clues and you're awarded extra points for your speed and accuracy, and I have found that I'm getting a little bit competitive with these. Also, you get to decorate your island with beautiful gardens and furniture and statues, which is really fun. The game explores themes of love, betrayal and crime. What more could you want? It is a proper whodunit mystery. Plus, they're adding new chapters every week, so there's always something new to explore. Download June's Journey for free by clicking our link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen. I'm going to take 2 more minutes and I'm going to try for my personal best. Me and Ricky were chatting last night and just saying that it feels like at the moment we're at the very beginning of a really exciting period of change on the project. Obviously, everything that's happening with the veranda is really exciting, but we've kind of got a bit of push and pull with our priorities. Obviously, we want to get that project wrapped up before summer really is here with all of its heat. But we've also got other exciting projects that need our attention, including making sure all the areas around the window openings and the door are completely pointed because, spoiler alert, in the next few weeks, we are going to be getting, I need a drum roll, windows and a door. Whee! We've been waiting for this for so long, so even though the pointing is a long and tedious job, I'm more than happy to be spending my time on it right now. Just spotted through the window that I think Ricky is entering a new era of being an official builder, seeing as his trousers are, well, his shorts are now divorcing his waistline. I didn't think you could hear me, you've got your earbuds in.
Yeah, stop playing.
Oh. It's been a journey. It's been emotional, but we're on to the last one.
Yeah, well, the last one for now. We've still got the one missing rafter to do.
Yeah, that's the elephant in the room. We've still not had that delivery come, so...
Hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be tomorrow, but it's been radio silence today from the person who's meant to be delivering it, so yeah, not too hopeful.
We're not holding our breath, but we are crossing our fingers.
Yeah. We're up and at it early this morning because, as you can probably tell from the very blue sky behind me, it is not the cool and overcast day that the weatherman promised. It's actually going to be the complete opposite. Completely clear skies all day and very hot. So we're up early to get the first coat of paint on the veranda because the temperature is only going up and up and up by the day. And it's kind of now or never to get this done. This is going to completely change the look of this.
I know, after looking at the bright white primer for the last few days, it's given me the reassurance that we are right going dark, because this is a bit of a beacon on the horizon.
Yeah, we had been planning on doing a light colour and changing the shutter colour to match, but I can't remember who it was, but somebody left a comment basically saying you want to do it dark because it kind of makes it more invisible to the eye. You don't notice it as much. And ever since that person said it, sorry, I can't remember your name, I've been like paying attention when I see other structures out and about, and it's very true. The ones that are painted dark, you don't really see it. And the things we want to see here is going to be like the orange tiles and the actual structure to not really have too much weighting. So yeah, we're going with an anthracite. I think it's the right choice. Oh, that's different.
Obviously very patchy.
Yeah, that's fine.
It'll look good though. It will look good. It's a little bit like school uniform grey when it's wet, but once it dries, it's much richer.
The difference is crazy.
Instantly, it's so much less visible. I'm just looking through at the trees at the back and it does just look like sort of the dark bits of the tree. Yeah, thanks whoever it was. I will find your name and send you a little message. Good advice.
We really are in a race against the sun here because it's so early, the sun's already come round, it's so high in the sky, and it is definitely much hotter than we should be painting in. That's the reality of it, but we really have no choice but to press on, I guess, and just praying that it's going to turn out okay. What actually happens if we paint and it's too hot?
I think the whole roof might fall off. I might be being a little bit generous, but I reckon we're about 50% of the way through, if we include the pillars. And I have to say that it is feeling a lot less like a conservatory frame. Now we're getting rid of the white, and I personally really do like this dark grey. Very classy, very chic. Ricky's not so sure.
No, I like it. I like it. I just really wish we didn't have to paint it.
I know, every time we're like, will one coat be enough?
Yeah, definitely not. As tempting as it is to just press on until we get this first coat done, it's definitely not sensible because we've got the sun right over the top. It's getting very hot now. It's not such a problem for us, it's more for the paint because it's congealing in the tray, and that's not good. We do not need paint with a skin on it.
Aww.
Yeah, it's taken a bit longer than we would have hoped because things like these little holes in the brackets that haven't got a screw in or a bolt going through, trying to get paint in them was a bit of a pain. So yeah, we're going to leave it for now, come back a bit later on. Once the sun is off of it, it'll be a bit cooler. We can hopefully get through it a bit quicker, and hopefully our paint isn't going to look like it's blancmange.
It's too hot for espresso.
Oh, thank you. Iced coffee. Din, 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 din.
Pops expression.
Oh, you get through that quickly.
I've guzzled it. I still need to go and do the brushing off of the pointing, This has given me a little bit of a pep in my step, so I'm going to go do that now.
So the sun is slowly disappearing. It's about 6:30 now and still hot, hot, hot. But at least we are kind of out of the direct sun here on the front. So Victoria's just pouring some more paint. And just before we start painting, just to explain, this area down here, all this block area, the piers, this is going to look like this for quite a while now because we're basically going to be working indoors all summer to stay out of the heat. But these are in the future going to be like wrapped in stone. This bracket area is going to be covered with stone, and then of course we're going to have a tiled floor in here but with a big stone surround all the way around. But for right now, the aim is just to get the structure finished, to get the tiles on, and just have an area outside here that when we're working in there and we need to clear the space, we can put things outside without them being in the sun and getting cooked. Also, if we need to like do any activities, work activities that is, outside, then we've got a shaded area to do it in. Also, it's going to be pretty nice to have a little break from work and sit out here on some chairs in the shade. Ready for another round of painting?
Couldn't be more excited. This next bit's going to be so fiddly as well. Pleasure.
So Victoria and I are taking very different approaches. I am trying to just blast as much on as possible, as quickly as possible. And as you can see by the ledger board there, I've left all the dirty little fiddly bits on the underside and the top for the end. But old Saint Victoria here, she's done a very diligent job doing all of this whole area perfectly and then moved on to the rafters. You got a bit more discipline than me.
This is like my treat. I'm doing the pooey looey bits up there, doing all the fiddly nuts and stuff, and then I get a little treat to do a rafter, whiz through it. It'd have been so much easier had we painted this on the floor, but there is logic to our stupidity. We obviously had loads and loads of holes to cut and loads of oil to use to lubricate the drill. So trying to get all that cleaned down up here after it had been painted just wasn't going to be effective.
Also, we didn't want to ruin the surprise for this week's video when we were going to be painting the rest of the thing. We wanted to try and keep the colour a secret.
The big reveal.
I know, the life of making YouTube videos, eh?
But we did actually paint the back of the ledger board, and nobody, at least nobody who spoke up, caught a glimpse of it as it was going up, which I'm both happy and surprised about.
I think we were quite
coy.
Yeah, coy with it, of trying to keep it off camera. Just as proof. Can you see the edge? Can you see that back edge? Sort of dark grey. Oh, I can't focus on it. It happened, take our word. So I hate to be a Debbie Downer and start the day off with negative energy, but a couple of things, I'll just get them out of the way now before we start for the day. So first thing, we found out that our missing metal delivery is going to be delayed. The issue being is we need one piece, so they don't really want to make the delivery just for that one piece. They're trying to tie it in with the bigger order, which obviously we're just kind of waiting for when that order happens, which is frustrating, but it is what it is. It will come when it comes. Hopefully we'll have that in the next few days so we can get that done for next week. The second thing is Now that the paint has all dried and we're looking at it in the daylight this morning, neither of us are particularly keen on it. Not having second thoughts, are you?
No, it's not right. It isn't right. It looks sort of bluey in certain lights, which is obviously not what we wanted.
Yeah, so basically when we're looking at it from the inside, this like darker, it's almost like charcoaly grey. We really like that. It's only when you get into the sun, and I don't think you'll really see it on the camera, but it kind of goes almost navy blue, which then against the rest of the building and the colours we're using on there, warmer tones, it just looks off.
We're going to stick with something dark, so both of us are determined we're only doing one more coat, whatever it is.
No, we're not doing more than one more coat. Yeah, thankfully, that first coat used one can of paint pretty much perfectly, so we're not losing anything in that respect. We just need to see what other options are going to be available to us, because the paint selection here is quite limited. So yeah, we'll see what's available, but thankfully it's going to be another dark colour, so this first coat can still stay, and then we'll just put something else over the top. So moving on from all the negatives, I'm going to focus on positive stuff for the rest of the morning, and I'm starting that by removing the old blue door. I think Victoria might have already said, but we're scheduled to have our new windows and door fitted in a few weeks' time. But before they can come and do that, there's a bit of work that needs doing in the openings. So as you can see, there's still a lot of this rotten old concrete everywhere that we couldn't get rid of because the door frame is in the way. And up here, there's a right big chunk of it. So we need to get rid of all this and get it all filled with lime. I'm quite sad to be getting rid of the old blue door because I've grown quite fond of it, but it's an absolute wreck and it's falling to pieces. You can see that wood there is just about hanging on for dear life. So it definitely needs to come out, and I'm very much looking forward to getting a new door in. That is one heavy door. I don't know what is holding these hinges in place, but they are absolutely solid. They're really stuck. I don't really want to have to remove any of this stone around it. I want to keep it intact. I've taken out all the concrete that was around it, but it is not budging. I think I'm going to try a bit of brute force, and then if that doesn't work, I'll have to come out after sunset with the angle grinder and cut them off. Well, that's a big old fail. I'm going to get the concrete out and just leave them till later. There we go, concrete free. I've left some of this up in here because probably behind there is a fair bit of loose rubble. So that concrete is actually doing me a bit of a favour, and then we can just bring lime up to the surface level. So that's our temporary door cover in place. It's a bit ramshackle, but it's only got to last for a few weeks just to stop animals and birds and things coming in. And yeah, me and Victoria are super excited for literally 2 weeks' time. We're gonna have door and windows, and what a transformation that is gonna be. And just for this place to be finally watertight, it's gonna be incredible. But not to get carried away, right now I need to figure out how I'm gonna get out of here, because these shutters lock from the inside. So I'm thinking my only way out is going to be through the tiny little bathroom opening because we just have insulation blocking that. So I hope you guys enjoy seeing me leave the building with probably zero grace, and yeah, I'll see you next week. How do I do this? Legs first? Yeah, legs first, I think. Oh my god. Oh. Right, I'm never doing that again.
Don't forget, download June's journey for free. Click our link in the description.